Hey guys, it's John and Morgan with Longhaul Lifesavers, and today we're going to show you how to replace your hydraulic fluid for your jacks and your slides, so stay tuned.
Alright, so the first step before we start this project is to remove anything that could fall when you pull your slides in, and don't forget to check the floor also that you have everything up and out of the way before you go ahead and pull your slides in.
Okay guys, sorry for the wind. It's a little windy out here. We put the dead cat on the microphone, so hopefully you can hear me. But after you get your slides pulled in, what you want to do is pull the rest of the fluid out of your jacks into the reservoir so you can empty the reservoir and replace it with new. A lot of times in this reservoir, they put automatic transmission fluid in it. That breaks down really quickly, number one. Number two, it's really thin, so it really isn't enough viscosity to hold the weight. So what we're gonna do, we're not gonna replace it with automatic transmission fluid. We actually have hydraulic fluid, which this is a hydraulic system, so I don't know why they use automatic transmission fluid, but it is what it is. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pull the jacks all the way up. A lot of people will recommend hooking up to your truck. Now, we have all the grass and all the fencing and everything, so we didn't wanna undo all that. And I have enough clearance that I can raise all of my jacks up without hitting anything. So we'll show you what that looks like. Little PSA, before you lift your jacks up and take it off the ground, you wanna make sure you have wheel chocks under the front and the back of your tires so you don't roll back and forth either way. We're gonna take all the fluid out of our reservoir and we're gonna put it into these jugs so that we can close it off and throw it away. What you're gonna need is one of these siphon hoses with a little pump on it so you can activate the siphon to draw the fluid out of the reservoir into our jugs. So you'll have to see where your reservoir is. Ours is in the underbelly, or not the underbelly, but the front storage. It's the little reservoir right here. So this is our reservoir. We're gonna take this little yellow cap off, get our jug ready. We're gonna stick one end of the hose. Now these have a little arrow on them so you can tell which way the flow is gonna go. Give it a couple pumps. There we go. Now we are flowing. Look at how thin that is. Okay, so what we are going to use today, what we're going to replace our fluid with, is this Lucas hydraulic fluid, and this also has leak prevention in it. So if there is a small leak within your hydraulics in the line or something like that, it has enzymes in it to bind to that leak and stop the leaks. Then we're also going to add some fork oil, which is a friction protection so that it doesn't pop. You know, like if you're sleeping at night and you hear that loud popping, or if you're unlevel, it pops. This is going to prevent that, and hopefully this, being thicker, is going to prevent it as well. Okay, so you take the siphon, make sure the arrows going the way you want your fluid to flow, so we're pointing up into our reservoir, and now we are going to see if we can get enough of a vacuum. This is so much thicker than the other stuff. The consistency of the old automatic transmission fluid that we took out was just a little bit thicker than water, almost the consistency of blood, I would say. This consistency here is more of corn syrup, so it's a lot thicker, and the more viscous you have it, the more likely your jacks are to stay up without sagging or popping, anything like that.
So while we're waiting for this to fill, we'll talk a little bit about the way we do storage in any of our basement or any storage compartments. We use everything goes into a tote, and then we use name tags like you can see right there, and then I put whatever is in that box and then one of however many. So for example, our camping gear, there's one of two right next to each other. Our Christmas box is one of one. So I know that when I go looking for stuff to pull stuff out, I don't have to pull any more boxes than just that one Christmas box.
So we had a gallon of hydraulic fluid and fork oil. Okay. While we are using hydraulic fluid and the fork oil, we checked with our manufacturer of our RV, and they said it was perfectly okay to use hydraulic fluid instead of just automatic transmission fluid. And they also recommended this fork oil, so this is why we went with this one. Before you replace something like this, I would recommend getting in touch with your manufacturer and making sure that you can use hydraulic fluid instead of transmission fluid, because it is a thicker viscosity, and some of the hydraulic hoses are not made to have that high of viscosity running through the hoses. So just check with your manufacturer before you change it out. So we got the fluid filled. We went ahead and hit auto level to raise all the jacks up to pull some of that new fluid in there. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna grease the legs, because we're in a super dry climate, so that way we can clean them off and they're gonna slide easily. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna retract all of our jacks again, and then we're gonna hit auto level again so we can auto level and then be done. We can pull out the slides. That one all the way up? Mm-hmm.
Now we're back inside, just showing you real fast how the slides are pulled in. They meet the island on each side. So now it's time to go ahead and pull the slides back out. Make sure you always have everything out of the way when you're pulling the slides back out. All right. I want to emphasize what John said. Make sure to check with your manufacturer before you use the products. We will drop them in the description or the link below.
We'll drop a link in the description below.
There we go.
That's what she meant to say.
Yes, it is.
Alright, that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you got some good content out of this. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and then head on over to Instagram. Follow us at Longhaul Lifesavers. See you guys.
Bye.